Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island All-Stars Season 1, Episode 4. I'm annoyed. Not for the reasons that you probably think. Why did they make it the girl's choice and not the guy's choice? Because it's the men who clearly don't know where the head is at, have multiple options, don't really want to make it clear who they want to go for. Force their hand. Force their hand. Why? It absolutely should have been the men's choice, child. Anyways, I also realized why I think I like this season more than other people who don't like the season so far, because we already know who these people are for the most part. I'm not really trying to find reasons to like them or dislike them. I already know who I like and who I don't like. So now I'm just watching the stories and watching the connections build, whether slow or fast or whatever. I'm more interested in the backstory of how the relationships are coming to be rather than trying to be sold on each character individually. You know what I mean? Because in like season 10, this is such a tangent. In season 10, I feel like what drew us in was all the drama off rip. And then from then we were like, okay, this is who I like. This is who I don't like. But we already know who we like and who we don't like. So just give me the story. Anyways, before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. After Molly and Chris's kiss, Molly is having this like existential crisis or something, honey. She's not quite sure if this was the right decision.
Do you know what I'm going to do, right?
Go on.
Because I want to do that again.
Oh, God.
Not right now. I'm going to find a weird or interesting way to kiss you every time I want to kiss you.
If I'm going to start getting an interrogation, I'm going to leave.
You're not going to get nothing like that, man.
Okay.
You look very smelly. The only thing is your lips look a bit smudged. That's the only thing.
Well, come back.
They're making plans for when their the next secret rendezvous is going to be, but Molly's not actually on the same page. And here's the thing, Molly, like I do understand sometimes if you're in an awkward situation like that, you feel like it's better to oblige than actually like block somebody, maybe even stiff arm them if you want to be that extreme. But the kiss was something that you weren't necessarily anticipating or looking for. And after it happened, it solidified the fact that you don't really feel for Chris like that. And then now when he's saying, oh, the next time I'm going to just like spring it on you, this would be the time for you to say, no, thank you. I don't want any part of that. You can keep that to yourself. No thanks. Like, I wish she would have been a little bit more clear. I know that she's still processing what exactly just happened. But I think at that point she knew that Chris just wasn't the one for her. And also, why is Chris trying to insert himself in a situation that is messy as is? Let them people deal with their relationship. You're competing with 3.5 years. Don't get involved. Kaz is aware that there's some ambiguity between her and Lewis, so she wants to know where she stands with him, but doesn't actually ask him.
It's only day 3, so I don't need to get jealous because it's only day 3. And you can see there's like some touching bonds.
And you're like in the garden.
Yeah, like, oh, do we have that?
She can obviously see that there's something going on with Lewis and Demi. It's not as clear to her as it is to us, but she can sense that there's a something happening. My thing is, these people in this villa need to have the conversations, asking the person who they're interested in explicitly. I know everybody says it's early days, whatever, okay? Is it early days when y'all are living with each other 24/7? Not necessarily. Ask these people, yo, you feeling me, yes or no, so I can know whether or not I'm wasting my time. Molly is further processing the kiss on the terrace, and she's having a slight panic attack, realizing she definitely jumped the gun with Chris.
I've been struggling because I don't know if there's like that spark.
So you made his move?
Made his move.
You made his move?
But now I don't know.
How you feel?
I don't know. I do really get on with him, but then I don't want it to be like a thing.
I definitely wish, again, at this point, she could have decided to go to him and say, hey, like, I don't think we should pursue this any further, or maybe some, but yeah, she was overwhelmed. She did start to cry. I was about to say I've been there, but I haven't. That's a lie. I haven't been there. I'm a stiff arm. I'm a stiff arm kind of girly. Back up. What are you doing? So, yeah, she's definitely gonna say, she's got to say something soon because he's over here proud of himself. You're over here crying about it. And then he sees you crying and he's like, oh, dang, what did I do? Liberty, on the other hand, actually wants to be direct and goes to Mitch just to see if she's wasting her time with him.
We're up here with conversations and stuff.
And do you feel like you're up there with them as well?
I don't know, I feel... You know what, I'll say this and then 10 minutes later I'm just going to be like, I know it's Libby. I know it type of thing. What I'm doing is I'm kind of stringing Liberty along when I don't want to hurt her feelings. I don't want to let her go.
The besties are breaking my heart, man. The besties are breaking my heart. Both Kaz and Liberty are stuck in situations where, to us, it is very clear that they are second, if not third options. They're definitely not number one. And so to see them keep putting themselves out there to these guys, like, ugh. And I know I'm an archaic thinker and I'm a more traditional person in saying that men are the ones who have to pursue, or who I would prefer if men were the ones who pursued women, because you'd avoid situations like this. You're out here chasing after a man who's chasing after another girl. Like, what are we doing? Nah, man. Let the man show you. Every time I say stuff like this, I know somebody's in the comments like, but women can also, and that's not what I'm trying to say. I already see it happening in my head in the comments because it happens all the time. All I'm saying is these girls would not be experiencing this frustration or having to constantly check in with these men to see if things stand if they were watching how those men moved to them. And the answer is they don't really move to them in the way that these men have made it clear to move to their number one choice. Also, Mitch, you know what? I can't even go too hard on Liberty because Mitch is aware that he is stringing Liberty along. He's been saying a lot of sweet nothings into her ear, and she's already told you she's a pretty full-on girl. So if you know that, why would you sell her a dream knowing that you can't fulfill it? And some people might think like, oh, well, that's how people flirt. You know, you talk about all these non-existent things and whatever. But for somebody like Liberty, you have to kind of be a matter of fact with her because she's going to take the Delulu and run with it, you know? So yeah, I can't be too mad at Liberty because she is being told sweet nothings. But Kaz, you're being told nothing. No sweet. So it is starting to go around that, not Chris, what's his name? Chris and Molly had a kiss on the terrace. It gets to Toby, and Toby he's just having such an internal crisis, and he feels like he must share this information.
I can't be in another convo with Callum and not know that he knows, though, by the way. Especially that I know. I can't. Mad will be gone.
What? Eddie'll be gone?
Yeah.
If what?
The rumour is that Molly and Chris kiss on the terrace.
Nice, great. That's it then, innit?
Oh, Toby, I can just imagine how hard that was for you to keep it, and it was just so difficult. We already know you can keep stuff in because just yesterday, you were asked what happened between you and Chloe, and you did not want to divulge. Yet this was so pressing, you just had to say something. Sir, I'm glad somebody told him, but I think they could have said, hey, you might want to have a conversation with Chris. You know? Anyways, it's not that deep. The next morning, they're doing their morning debriefs in mixed groups again, which I love. Demi is hyped that Lewis said he's into her, while Kaz is frustrated that she has to chase him. And that's what I'm saying. Like, especially if it's not in you to want to chase somebody, then don't. Like, let him show that he's interested. But Lewis is out here talking about, hey, the door's wide open. Still, he is still saying the door's wide open. After he's made it pretty clear, the door is closed and it's only for, he's only availing himself to, what's her name? Jeez, I just said it, Demi. Yeah, so anyways, everyone basically learns about the kiss, and Callum is trying to make a play for Molly. Problem with Callum making a play for Molly is his gameplay is to wait for other women to come in the villa, see how much he gets along with them, and hopefully Molly will realize she actually does miss that old thing and then tries to get him back. Why? Why is that the game plan? How does this resolve what y'all actually went through in your real 3.5-year relationship? And then later on in the episode too, Molly's talking about, well, I'm only going to know if he's serious if other women come in. And like, I'm sorry. There's always going to, in my personal opinion, you choose who you choose and you stick with them. If you really want that person, put in that effort, because if you're constantly waiting around for better, you will find it. There will be better. And then when you find that better, they'll be even better. So like, you just have to decide what you want and if you're going to go for it. If Callum really does want Molly back, be serious about it. Sit down, make a plan, and implement it. Because right now, it's just empty words. Anton is talking to Hannah, asking for advice on how he can open himself up in a more romantic way rather than a friendly way.
Because I'm maybe so friendly with everyone, when you've got someone that you are pursuing something romantically with, they maybe don't like that.
Little bit more
yeah, so just
touching,
yeah,
like
show me, yeah, show me,
hand
show me.
Okay, so hear me out. I have some advice too. I don't know, it might be controversial, but here we go. You could go to the girl that you're interested in and tell her. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? You could just go to her and tell her you're into her. How about that? And then, might also be controversial. I don't know. Y'all tell me. After you tell her that you're into her, you could ask her how she likes to be pursued. Now, isn't that revolutionary? Isn't it? Like, I'm sorry. The men this season are just stinking up the place. Y'all know who you want, and it's all words and no action. Go and tell these girls, pursue them, make them. Has anybody made breakfast thus far? Has anybody made a smoothie? Has anybody made coffee? I mean, they are doing these like mixed gender debriefs, so maybe that doesn't work. But like, do something. Oh my gosh. Callum decides to take Molly aside and clear the air since it's very evident that everybody already knows about this secret kiss.
I've told everyone, right, we split up because we weren't getting on, and we was arguing and we weren't happy, and that is the truth. Like, it would be nice to try and rekindle things, like it really would.
Said that they want to work on it, but they're not working on it. You know what I mean?
Chris, that was bad timing when he pulled me for a chat on the terrace.
Yeah.
I think you know what happened up there.
I agree with Anton. You can't say that you want to make things work, but then you're not doing anything to actually make it work. You seem to be aware of the transgressions in the relationship, but you aren't actually doing anything to resolve that. So what's the point of saying you want her back if you're not doing anything about it? So it's just, Callum, please just be quiet. Do I see potential for Molly to move on? Somebody's really got to come in and sweep her off her feet. But I do think she is more likely to move on than Callum is. Callum is holding on to this relationship. I fully believe it's because he hasn't had time to yet grieve it. So now he's living with his ex and he's thinking, well, let's just get back to when we were comfortable. No, but there's a reason why it broke up. And if you could acknowledge, make a plan, and implement, you might be able to get her back. The Georges and Hannah get to go on a date with Josh from season 1, and they are all familiar with each other.
Do you feel any type of way? Because obviously you know one of my exes. Like, what's the situation with that?
It just is what it is, isn't it? You're exploring any options then that come your way.
They'd have to be good, because it's good with Toby.
I feel like when I went in there, I was a little boy anyway, so I matured when I come out.
He's a mature.
I'm a mature man.
Obviously, you know me well.
I know you very well. Saved my best till last year.
Oh, did you? I'm so glad you're here.
I'm glad that you're here, and you look unbelievable.
Thank you.
So with Hannah, it is just friendly with them. They were like brother and sister on their season, so they are continuing that trend going on, but she's happy to see a familiar face. With Georgia Steele, Josh is a friend of her ex-boyfriend. So she's like, there's kind of like a bro code here. I don't know how much you care about it. It seems like he doesn't care. So he is going to try to pursue her. She says she's not wifed off, but she's acting like it. She was pretty much like, no, I'm with Toby. I like where I'm at. You could try, but I like where I'm at. So, yeah. And then with Georgia Harrison, They had some sort of situationship. It's been like an on and off situationship, it seems. And did she say a month ago or something? They had a disagreement in Ibiza. I'm not remembering the details, but she blocked him and then unblocked him, and they've since buried the hatchet and whatever. It is, though, conjuring up some old feelings that she had for him. And she's interested in opening things back up. And he's interested too. So yeah, we'll have to see where that goes. Back at the villa, Callum and Chris finally have a conversation, and Chris acknowledges that he was not holding up the bro code.
In the interest of full honesty and truthfulness, we have had a kiss.
Yeah. Is there anyone in here for you that's tickling your fancy apart from obviously Molly?
Probably no one as much as Molly, to be honest, mate.
Chris did apologize, and it does seem like he still wants to see where things are with Molly. This season so far, the theme is he's just not that into you, or she's just not that into you because she's just not that into you. And to the besties, he's just not that into y'all. Let's go and ask these people who we want to be with, who they want to be with, so we can save the time. And I know the whole theme of Love Island is, you know, explore your options, it's early days, whatever. Just ask. Honestly, everybody's at a big age now. Y'all already got your checks, and you're going to get more checks after this. I feel like there's less to lose. Just ask. In the evening, Josh gets to know two of the few girls who he doesn't already know, and that's Liberty and Kaz.
I'm just ready to settle down, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, at that point now.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping my options open as well.
It's early doors.
Yeah.
It's early doors. Daz, what are you looking for?
I just want someone who wants to find someone as well, because I'm at that point now.
Josh might be what lights a fire under these guys' asses to actually, you know, put the grafting boots on and make a move for the people who they want. In the conversation with Kaz and Liberty, I think he was just being friendly. I don't know that he actually sees either of them as people he wants to pursue. It seems like his type is more so the Georgias, so he's probably going to stick to them. One of the Georgias is talking to Anton, and she lets him know that there is definitely history there that she is keen on still exploring.
Obviously, like, I'm open to chatting to him and seeing where things go with him. Like, I do wonder if me and you coupled up, would someone come in more your type than me?
Do you think that?
I don't know, I wonder.
This is why Anton has to just be clear what he feels about Georgia. Because Georgia's having second thoughts. She's having doubts and second thoughts about Anton because they've already established that they wouldn't be each other's first pick. They're not each other's ideal type, right? So she's saying, if somebody comes in who's more your type, are you just going to jump ship? That very well could happen. It could. But as of right now, that's not how he feels. He actually feels like he could see something with Georgia. But Georgia doesn't know that because he's not being direct. Just be direct. Kaz and Lewis have a conversation. Do I even need to play the clip? I don't even want to include the clip, y'all, because it's just so embarrassing. It's so painful to watch, man. He's giving this girl hope off of nothing.
I'm getting to know you both at the minute, so it's like...
Yeah.
When do I turn?
I can tell you where to turn, but it's not my decision to make. I could. If you want me to decide, I'll decide in it, but obviously I can't.
Josh is coming to take someone's girl. Wait, hold on.
Maybe
He
they've
took her to
gone
the terrace.
Haven't been up there.
I think at this point, I'm just gonna have to not be pressed anymore, because I don't get. No, I do get how she doesn't see it, because he's not actually being direct. But girl, then be direct. Then be direct. You then need to put yourself out there. I know I said the men need to be the ones who pursue, but if he's obviously not pursuing you and you feel like you still want to go there, just ask. Okay? Damn it, man. Kaz, baby, no. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyways, Mitch is deciding to actually be direct with his number one. He's still not being direct with Liberty, so we're gonna have to handle that. But at least he's telling Demi, hey, listen, you're at the top.
The more I get to know him, the more you are as a person. It's just like, this is what I look for in a girl.
He's obviously, like,
I feel like he's more into them. If I am your number one and you really like me as much as you do, I won't prove it.
I am more than happy just to graft you.
It's interesting to see the difference between the person who is laid back and the person who's actually requesting more. Liberty is being laid back, allowing Mitch to explore his options, and he's doing exactly that. We know that you're not a nonchalant person. If you really want to, you know, be full on and whatever, go and ask him where he stands so that you know how to move going forward, right? Demi, on the other hand, is actually saying, well, I require this from you. I actually require pursuit from you. I'm not going to be nonchalant. This is what I need if you actually want to show me that you're into me. And guess what Mitch is doing? Exactly that. The things that Demi is requiring from Mitch are things that he is going to do because he wants to get her. And so if Liberty was actually more direct about what she wanted and what she required from him, she would see where she stands with him. Because if he didn't do those things, then he doesn't want you. If he does do those things, then he wants you. We wouldn't have to do this whole ambiguous, where are we? What is he liking me? Am I just letting him explore it? Like, it wouldn't be all that, girl. Anyways, where are we at now? Oh, Lewis and Demi. I wish Kaz could have been a fly on the wall because, honey, down to the body language, there is a stark difference on how Lewis is with her and how he is with Demi.
I've been waiting so long for this.
Now we can relax. Oh.
I just feel like we always gravitate back together.
I know.
I was like, I thought Demi said that her closest girlfriends are Kaz and Liberty. So why hasn't she had a heart-to-heart with Liberty yet about, you know, Lewis and the things that he says to her? Or maybe she's trying not to step on toes. I'm not sure. But to then go and make out with him knowing... I don't know, Demi. I like Demi, but I'm not sure. So, of course, the aftermath of this kiss is starting to create a little tension in the villa.
Does Lucas down?
I might find out.
Hello. Sorry, I've just got to get my phone. Are you okay? Yeah, no, I'm okay. Oh, I don't know.
Now, Demi girl, come on. Demi, even if you didn't know that Kaz suspects that y'all were kissing, you're gonna sit beside this girl and play in her face. The cackle I let out could have been heard in South Africa. Because, baby, you're gonna sit there and wonder, like, oh, why is everybody being weird? Because you had lipstick smudge all over your face and Kaz was in the dressing room while you went to fix up your face. She knows. She knows. Come on. The episode ends in a cliffhanger, and it's a recoupling. It's girl's choice. Hate it. Don't know why. I think it was Lewis and Mitch who were saying, hey, it's just a kiss. And wait. Who was it who said it? I'm not quite sure. I'll put in the clip, but obviously the kiss is going to play a part in who gets chosen. Josh is first to choose because he's the bombshell, but of course we don't know who he picks, so we'll just have to stay tuned until tomorrow to see what the decisions are. As always, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.